Yo, what it do, my people? It's your boy Kenzie Gamefowl, back at you with another exclusive video, guys. You can see the hat, Kenzie Gamefowl. And I want to speak on this for just a second. It's probably one of the last time. I know you've seen the signature hat. You've seen me wear it in thousands of videos, but it's came a time where it's time to retire the hat. From now on, you're just going to be seeing me, wearing our brand, man, the Gamefowl Life. My farm's always going to be Kenzie Gamefowl, but my brand is the Gamefowl Life, and it's time to retire the hat. I've been holding on to it for too long. I'm not going to throw it away or anything, but I'm going to put it up, and it's going to be one of those wall hanging mounts that's just going to be up there on the wall, you know what I mean? And it's been through the ringer a few times, as you can tell. But so in the coming forward, you're going to be seeing, and there's a lot more products we're going to be focusing on in the near future. We already got a wide variety of different things on the websites, from stickers, the mugs, phone cases, Gamefowl Life, everything, man. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, go to our website, thegamefowllife.com. Get your hat, get your t-shirt, send in a picture of you wearing it for a repost on our social media accounts and everything. Get you that good exposure. But for this video right here, I wanted to talk to you about what an old timer told me one time. Well, he wasn't an old timer. He was just older than me. He was actually a few years older than my dad. He went to school with my dad back when they was in school. But he was in the Gamefowl, and he stayed pretty close to me, about 15-20 minutes away. And I would go check him out every now and again, really in the past more than now. Because really I just, got so much going on throughout the days, it's hard just to really check in with everybody. But, I would see him here and there and at the feed store. But I was at his house one time, and we was just looking at the birds and everything. And he told me that an old man, Mr. John, I forgot who Mr. John was. It wasn't John Madigan, anything like that. But it was Mr. John. He said, Mr. John, because my buddy, he lived in the sand hills. We got the sand hills over here in this part. And what the sand hills is a bunch of pine trees and sand. You get what I'm saying? That's basically it. Sum it all up for you. Pine trees and sand. And so he lived up there in the sand hills, which is crazy enough. Just, the sand hills stretch for a long ways over here in North Carolina. They stretch, y'all ain't gonna know what I'm talking about, but from around through Laurel Hill to Wagram, the sand hills is heavy. You get what I'm saying? But he told me that him being living in the sand hills, a lot of people, would buy it because he sold chickens. And I sold chickens for him years in the past. But I know I'm jumping everywhere, but he wasn't a guy whenever I first met him. Well, not when I first met him. About 10 years after I met him, he wasn't really a social media guy. Like I said, he was kind of an old timer, so he really didn't fool that stuff so much. But that was back when Facebook was really booming. Facebook first came out, everybody was on Facebook. Before Instagram or anything ever like that took off. So I would sell some birds for him on Facebook. Well, he was talking to somebody, and he would sell a bird, and people say, man, he'll say, yeah, this bird right here is 15 months old. And anybody that knows chickens knows, unless it's some oriental birds or something, they know they can calculate the spur growth on basically an age of a chicken. So a 2-year-old cock, you basically know its spur length, what it should be average wise. Everybody knows what a dime stag is, a 12-month-old stag, about what size of his spurs would be. But people would call him and say, hey man, you said this bird was this old? Yeah, the bird's that old. Why ain't the spurs that long? So he asked Mr. John. Mr. John would give him information and help him out, just give him knowledge and stuff. Mr. John said, he said, do you have a lot of sand around your house? Yeah, I live in the sand hills. There ain't nothing but sand out here. Mr. John told him that the sand made Rooster's spurs grow at a slower rate. Now, how does that happen? How's that true? I'm not sure. But when I think about it, not really that it makes sense, but I've seen it. You know what I mean? Like even our sags here at the farm, in the spots where it's real sand, I like sand in the pens. You know, I like hay in the pens too, but sand's good for them, I feel like, because it's real, it's good on their feet. When they jump off the roost pole, they're scratching around, taking good old dirt baths. I mean, grass and everything is good, you know, I'm not saying it's not. But I think the sand is good and stuff on their feet. So Mr. John told him that, and he told me that. And now I don't have no proof of it. I can't say here's documentation that says this is why it makes them grow slower, but I really do believe that the man was telling the truth of that, because I can have 2-year-old cocks out here and they'll have spurs. I mean, you know, a little bit over a dime size, and these 2-year-old cocks, you know, and not all of them's like that, but I see more than not. And I can go over there where, you know, my chickens is on the grass, and I feel like their spurs do grow a little bit faster. So maybe there ain't no truth to it. Maybe it's just coincidence. But look at the little Kelso stag behind me. See the sand in the pen right there? That's just from around here, you know. Nice clean water. But this stag right here is a year old, and you can see he's basically a dime stag, you know, matches up with it. But I've noticed over time though, just checking them out, that I really do believe that it takes, you know, longer to grow them on sand than not. But I just wanted to tell y'all that little story right there from an old timer. I like hearing them old stories, hearing what they got to say, because, you know, they got a lot more knowledge than me, and they've been around a lot longer than I have. So, little story for today. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all our social media accounts. And again, if you haven't already, visit our website, thegamefowlife.com, and copy some merch. You know, just buy your hat. You ain't got to buy everything. Buy your hat, buy your shirt. You know, get the gear out there, man. Get the gear out there. It's a Gamefowl brand for us. Something we can call our own. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, out here trying to sell my game farm name. The Gamefowl Life is a lifestyle, and that's why I named the brand that. And it's doing good so far. You know, I'm getting orders in. I'm seeing people, they're rocking the gear, sending me pictures and everything like that. And so, man, it's doing good. So if you haven't got you some yet, go get you some. I know I'm about to get my closet filled up with it, and a lot more stuff coming too. So y'all just stay tuned. Bye.